back to Couples Consoling Plays Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke Corona Quarantine Edition.
I'm Allie.
And I would like to introduce you to some new team members.
Okay.
You see, we're about to go in the water for a long time, so that's real good for Quasimodo and Voltimort. Now, we've been catching so many cool Pokemon. I want to give them the chance to shine. I want to get them out of the box for a bit. So, here we've got Malfoy.
Yay!
Our Dratini. His father will hear about it if you do anything mean to him. We've got our Hitmonlee, Donnie Yen.
Woohoo!
I know, nothing about Donnie Yen, so, just a lot of kung fu jokes for him.
Yeah, he is a martial artist.
And then we have, the mighty Minotauros.
Woohoo!
Who is probably going to be learning something important. And then we have Lapra S. Grant, known for getting swindled by Ferdinand Ward, trying to annex Santo Domingo, and kicking Lee's ass in the Civil War.
Ha.
Now...
all applicable to our Lapras.
Exactly. So, we've finally gotten... I think we're actually at exactly 50 Pokemon, so we can get the EXP all, and hopefully this means we can go out into the water, kill things with Voltimort and Quasimodo, and then, yes. Wow, that's a long explanation.
Yes, it is.
But, hopefully we can get some levels up, and then we'll have some backup team members.
Yeah, especially since we're nearing the end game now.
Yeah.
Which is weird to think about.
Yes, it is. And also, at the end of this episode, I'm going to have a very important question to ask you guys that I'd really like some feedback for. So, stick around for that and answer it. Oh, I almost forgot something very important. So before we set out on the water, there's someone who we need to talk to.
Oh, the Keith guy.
Yeah. I wanted to do the voice. Thanks, kid. No one could understand a word that I said. I couldn't work that way. Let me give you something for your trouble.
Oh, I'm sympathizing so hard because when I had a retainer, no one could understand what the fuck I was saying.
But okay, now that we've got strength, we'll be able to push boulders out of the way.
Excellent.
And I was thinking, who better to know strength than the mighty Minotauros?
That is very on brand.
He needs to be able to push rocks aside in order to create his labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
And what is this again? A rare candy.
Useful.
Okay, excellent.
That will come in handy later. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Ho-ho!
And then we're gonna need some help surfing, which I think is 8. Yeah, there we go.
Keep it to Lapra S. Grant.
Lapra S. Grant is going to be the steed upon which we surf. Even though Grant did have, in fact, a problem with the drink, where we're still going.
Is that pretty much all we remember him for now in America?
So, listen, people remember him for having alcohol problems and for beating Lee. But he actually, I don't know.
You like Grant.
An interesting guy.
You read his biography.
Listen, he's no Lincoln, but
Lincoln was Lincoln. Lincoln is one of our...
Yeah, Lincoln is hard to compare.
Easily one of our best presidents.
But Grant is marked by having some of the worst luck of any individual I've ever seen who has still managed to, do great things. Shall we head out? Oh, by the way, I should mention, there is probably an easier path to take, but...
whatever, we want to train.
Yeah, I did fight that one person when I was leveling up the other day. But, another frustrating thing, these Tentacool are not very high leveled.
That's annoying.
Yup.
Well, we're in for a long slog.
Yeah, actually, oh my god, I desperately want Quasimodo to get more levels. But if we have to waste 2 Vine Whips on every single Tentacool we come across,
Not worth it.
Oh, maybe we should just put Voldemort, oh my god.
Oh my god, this is gonna happen every time. Oh my god, that's infuriating. Okay.
Okay, so we'll
Okay.
see how long we can tolerate this horse shit.
Well, how about I distract you with a thought question?
Okay, sure.
Okay, what do you think were two or three of the most interesting presidents? Not necessarily the best president.
Oh, interesting.
Like the weirdest, or had like the
Weirdest.
craziest things happen. Like Warren G. Harding in his torrid love letters to his mistress in which he named his penis John. That is real.
Didn't know about
Wait,
that.
what? Okay, so
Okay, but off the top of my head,
how did you not know that? You're Mr. President.
I don't know. I just didn't know it. Quasimodo leveled up. Please learn Razor Leaf soon. But okay, just thinking of interesting presidents, just like people who were weird and I want to hear more about them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily who's like the most morally upstanding.
Yeah, no,
because
that's like, you know, Lincoln obviously and some others, but
so I think Lincoln also takes a lot for being interesting.
I'd agree with that. He had a cool life.
There's a
Self-taught
lot.
lawyer.
Oh,
like,
there's so much to talk about with Lincoln. But otherwise,
love of giant hats. Continue.
Lyndon B. Johnson. You know, that's a guy
Oh yeah, no, he's
who like would talk politics with his dick out in the bathroom.
And then wasn't there like a very famous phone call of him talking to his tailor about how the crotch on his pants was too tight?
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is that he, you know, he was basically, if I'm recalling correctly, like he did not come from the wing of the Democratic Party that you would think would do anything good for civil rights.
But he did.
And yet, because, yeah, he passed some really important legislation and twisted a lot of arms. You know, when we talk about, you know, politics as usual being a bad thing, Lyndon B. Johnson is actually a very interesting example of why you want people with conniving political instincts in power. He realized that, oh, it'll be more popular for me if I do this morally correct thing, and so he ignored whatever
is very
opinion he had.
sociopathic, but sociopathic in the right direction, because
Yeah.
we got the Civil Rights Act passed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who? Sorry, continue.
But, well, I'm trying to think who...
Do you know who I want to hear about? I want to find a good biography of, and if anyone,
Yeah.
on the off chance anyone knows a biography of this person, let me know. Edith Wilson.
Oh,
So
that's... Okay, that's an
technically
interesting
our
point.
first female president.
Sort of.
And here's why. No, so Edith Wilson, gather around, children, for story time. Edith Wilson was the wife of Woodrow Wilson.
Yep.
Woodrow Wilson. Yeah.
Words.
I can talk. And Woodrow Wilson had a very severe stroke, and he was confined in bed and could barely speak.
Yep.
So Edith Wilson became like his translator, quote unquote. So she'd like go in the room like, oh, Woodrow said this. And then like some of the most progressive acts Woodrow Wilson passed happened because Edith was in charge. And we think she was just running the country.
Yeah.
And like Weekend at Bernie and her husband around. So yeah, and like they actually did like Weekend at Bernie, Woodrow Wilson. Like they propped him up in bed with like a book and they posed him. Like,
Yeah.
see, look, he's totally
Oh,
fine.
yeah, no, that is a real
That
thing.
is a real
happened.
thing that happened. U.S. history is fascinating.
So I'm obviously biased towards, like, people I've read the biographies for to say they're interesting. So I'm tempted to say Grant is one of the top 3 interesting
Grant's a very
presidents.
tragic hero. I think.
But I think probably Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt was an interesting character.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not,
He was our manliest president. And you can quote me on
not
that.
FDR. FDR, I wanted Franklin Delano Roosevelt to be a more interesting person than he was, with a more vibrant, internal life? No. He was just a rich guy who had a tragedy happen to him, and then he was like, oh, well, I guess I should help people, and maybe they'll vote for me if I do.
But, I mean, he did some great stuff. Social Security.
Oh, he absolutely did some great stuff.
Labor reform.
Although, Eleanor Roosevelt might be more interesting.
Eleanor Roosevelt's awesome.
Yeah, so something like, she was definitely an idealist, and perhaps not, the most practical person ever involved in U.S. politics, but basically everything she stood for fought for has stood the test of time. And that's pretty impressive.
So, anecdote. One of my favorite things I overheard my grandfather say.
I'm going to send out Quasimodo for this fight.
Okay.
And hopefully get some levels.
During the 2016 election, my grandfather, he was a registered Republican, and he would get all of these phone calls from the Trump administration, like, are you going to vote for Donald Trump? And so my grandfather just said, you know what? No, I don't like him, and I don't like what he stands for, and I'm going to be voting for whoever is running against him. And they said, but sir, you're a Republican. And he just said, I registered Republican when FDR was president, and hung up.
Which does mean that he was against FDR, which I have some questions about. Yeah,
but he was like just out of the war, and he liked FDR, but I don't think he ever just really changed his... I don't know.
I don't know. That you've told that story before, and I sorta don't get everywhere he's coming from, but whatever.
I don't either.
He ends up in the right spot, which is voting against Donald Trump.
And I mean, like, that makes him sound like a crazy old guy who doesn't have, like, a coherent sentence, but he was... I went to visit him, and he was 98, and he asked me all these questions about how my generation was voting politically, and if we were standing up for, the rights of workers.
I think...
He was a cool dude.
I think we'll be willing to stand up for the rights of workers when we feel that we've got any political power whatsoever.
God.
I mean, there's a... Within our generation, there seems to me to be a combination of disillusionment, of people in power not reaching out to us to try to get us to participate. I think they don't want young people to participate, so I think they, set up barriers to them getting in elections. And then, it's just natural that, kids go away to college when they're 18. That'll be the first time any of them can vote, and it means they've got to figure out how to do it by mail, or to do it by going home for the weekend.
Well,
and it's one of those things where, like, yeah, if you're paying a lot of attention, you can circumvent it, but it's habit building. If you miss one election, it requires teaches you can miss the others.
Well, and it requires a lot of planning that a lot of people necessarily can't do. So, when 2012 happened...
2012?
2012, yeah. We were at school, and school gave us all the weekend off. A 4-day weekend.
2012 election.
Yes. They said, okay, you can take a 4-day weekend, you can go to your home state. People booked plane tickets, whole thing. And then Hurricane Sandy hit, and like a week before the election, they were like, you know what? We're running out of days, and we lost too many days during Sandy, so we're taking that back. And the school rioted.
Yeah.
And like
which was gratifying to see.
And all of my professors were like, yeah, if you miss that day, I'm not going to hold it against you.
Yeah. So that was interesting. Allie and I went to the Pratt Institute of the Arts in New York.
That sounds so pretentious, but yes, we did.
I know it does. But so here's the thing, okay? For 2 years before that, I went to American University, which is the most politically active campus in the nation. And I was there during the 2008 elections.
That was the time to be in DC. Oh my God.
For me, that was incredible. I'd just walk into the cafeteria and start talking politics with goddamn anyone. It was awesome. So, when I switched to Pratt in New York, I thought, oh, these are artists, are cultural movers and shakers.
For the record, we both did grow up near DC.
Yeah,
where we talk about politics all the time. Yes.
Not that you can tell from how we approach this.
Yeah.
But, so I thought everyone would be, like, super up on politics.
Nope.
No, turns out,
no one cared.
Like, to paint good, you don't actually need to know much about the outside world.
Yeah, but you can still paint good.
Yeah. And the other thing is, everyone was, like, so absorbed in... God damn it.
He looks so mad.
Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna growth a bunch. That tentacruel cannot poison us.
Everyone just was drinking black coffee and cigarettes and trying to look cool.
Well, and also spending an absurd amount of time on their work.
Yes.
At normal schools, if you can crank out a decent essay in like 10 minutes...
Which was my superpower, by the way, in high school. I could write an essay in 10 minutes, yeah?
Then you're going to have a lot of free time. At art school, the grades you get are directly proportional to how much sleep you chose to not have in pursuit of... That still only did like half?
Yeah. Put it to sleep?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, put it to sleep.
And then we can switch in. I was hoping Quasimodo would get all the experience from this tentacruel. But that looks like it's not happening. So it's back to Voldemort with the Avada Kedavra.
Well, and the thing is, the faculty and the teachers encouraged this. Like, I had a nerve injury, and I still managed to get my final project done. And my professor, as he's watching me, like, prop myself up against a chair because I can't move one side of my body, had the nerve to tell me my knife pleats were uneven. And I was like, dude...
Hey, I'm gonna just swim back to the Pokemon Center already.
God, it's been so long since college.
I know.
And for me, college is just like a big Red Bull-induced blur.
Well, everyone
Stress blur.
Told us, all our lives up to college, how important college was and how much we'd have to focus on it. It's so weird to have it this far in the rearview mirror for us.
Yeah, and... it's sort of interesting that, like, my women's wear bachelor's is now coming in real handy because everyone's coming up to me for face masks.
Okay, how are...
Like your parents.
...the levels looking on these guys? 892 to level 17.
Oh, Pratt. I mean, I'm glad I went.
The amount of experience they're getting from the EXP share.
Is there anywhere else we can level up?
Yeah.
Because this is just going to take a while, and it's going to be me ranting about stuff.
Well, so we're just going to get to the next relevant place, and we'll get whatever levels we get on the way there, and if I gotta do some grinding off screen, I gotta do some grinding off screen, and we can live with that.
Okay.
So where are we at with COVID, with our continuing quarantine?
Well, there's some data suggesting that COVID is finally starting to taper off in New York.
Oh, I'm gonna... Yeah.
But it's not enough, but it's just enough for people to get excited about wanting to reopen the city.
Yep.
And, like, if your house is burning down, you don't go in to make coffee while 75% of your house is still on fire.
Well, there's also some new data coming out suggesting that warm weather actually will, keep the virus at bay for a while. Has anyone studied this with relation to, I don't know, whatever's going on in Australia? How is Australia handling the virus?
Well, because Australia's winter is coming up.
Yeah, its winter's coming up, but that means that it's been warm for now. We should look up how
Australia's really south in terms of far from the equator in certain parts, so their temperature's about the same as here in certain pockets.
Well, so, like, right now, but when COVID first took off, they were probably very hot.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't really hear about Australia's coronavirus cases breaking out until their winter was sort of starting, which is when they were cooling off. This is speculation.
Yeah, no, we should look this up a bit more because I know nothing about how Australia is handling it.
It also means that if we're not careful and we just sort of, go about our lives over the summer when the virus isn't as bad, come fall, the second October hits and it gets cool again, that thing is going to be back with a vengeance.
Okay, I have a question that I think is going to be hard to ask in a way I'm morally okay with, but I'm going to try anyway, okay?
Okay.
Do you think the coronavirus has shaken our culture enough that going forward we will make big changes?
No.
So...
Well, maybe...
I
don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, no.
Yeah. So, does that mean that if we look at the consequences alone, it would be better if COVID got worse?
I mean, there are several ethical schools of thought which you can apply this to. I think we just, as Americans, and our government especially, should be doing what they can to save American lives, not...
So that,
which is
absolutely.
why we pay. But
I would never advocate that we purposely try to make this worse.
I mean...
Never,
here's
ever,
the thing.
ever.
I think... If it gets worse, I think advances might be made, but at the same time...
It would be a very heavy cost.
Yes, that's not worth it. Also, look at school shootings. Look at all the school shootings where they killed small children. I think March was like the first month in how many years where there wasn't a school shooting?
Yeah, all it took was shutting down all the schools. Hey, I think that Quasimodo learned Razor Leaf
at 38?
Next level.
Let's just do it. I want a victory bell.
I should probably look that up, but... Okay, no, good, I remembered it properly. Okay. Now, here's another question.
Yes.
Do we keep both sleep powder and poison powder?
That is an excellent question. I think yes, and we should replace Vine Whip, because right now it's not doing much for us.
Okay.
Because we like growth, because it helps us set up.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to get rid of Vine Whip.
Okay, yeah. No, my thing is that Quasimodo just has so few damage-dealing moves. But okay. Okay, we finally got Razor Leaf, which means it is finally time for Quasimodo to ring the bells.
Oh my god, here we go.
Bells, 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 bells of Notre Dame.
What?
Timed it well. Timed it perfectly.
That thing looks like it's giving a blowjob to a leaf. I'm sorry. I am not wrong.
Well, that's one way to look at it. So here's a question. Is that sprite right side up? Or is that victory bell upside down?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's trippy, huh? But okay, those are some decent stats. Let's
Well, if you consider it to be like a flower, it's right side up. But all the anime and stuff had it flipped over.
Yeah, I mean, in the anime, it's always got its body downwards and its mouth over its eyes. It's based on...
Tegamarum,
like
right?
What?
The corpse flower, right?
No, that's Vileplume.
Oh, okay.
But Victory Bell is based on... Like, I think there are these flowers in the rainforest that hold a bunch of water.
Are they carnivorous?
Listen, I am not a botanist.
We are many things, but we are neither economists, historians, nor botanists.
We are closer to being historians or politicians than we are to being botanists.
That is very true. Everything is relative.
Everything is relative, but, like, if you put me in,
You didn't know what a mango looked like.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
That was a thing that happens.
Oh my god, if Quasimodo dies immediately... Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
That was scary. If we lost Quasimodo now, I'd be so fucking pissed.
Yep. But... Oh, Quasimodo is good now!
I know, thank God.
Quasimodo has been lagging for so long. And, you know, part of me thought maybe we should just take Quasimodo off the team entirely, but... Oh. Wow, that's weird. The cloister opens in a different direction from all the official art. Razorleaf?
Yes. Which is interesting because I always thought the official art made it look more like genitalia.
So this makes it look less like genitalia to you?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're right. In one game, I forget which one, someone should tell us in the comments below. There was like a boyfriend-girlfriend couple who you fight, and the guy has an onyx and the girl has an oyster.
Lol.
Cloister.
That's hilarious.
And we know what that's about.
Put the onyx in the cloister ring, you shake it all up.
Okay, so, do you know what this place is?
Mount... Seafoam Islands.
The Seafoam Island.
That's a cave.
Yes, that is a cave. And also...
Do I have to navigate the cave?
Quite possibly, but let me check...
I don't wanna.
Well, let me check something first. Oh. Yeah, okay.
This is it?
But... How does this work for sure?
I mean, you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, can we surf around it if we chose to? Or do...
I do love Lapras, Grant. So dignified.
Yes, so much dignity. Yeah.
So much gravitas.
Okay, yeah. In order to progress along this path, we have to navigate the Seafoam Island.
Alright.
Shall we see what our catch here is
Shall
going to
we
be?
see foam what our catch is?
Oh, let's immediately go down. I think we're going to get... Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Yep. Okay, we've already got a Krabby.
So let's run.
Yeah, let's run. And then I'm actually going to try to go deeper.
See if you can get something else.
So I think we're more likely to get interesting stuff lower.
Yep. So let's keep going.
Yep.
The one thing that's good about being back in Maryland...
Though, I mean, there are...
I know, but...
Like, we're actually getting to have a spring.
Crab is
Come on,
good.
We're so close to... Okay, we've already got a shelter.
It's that crab here is ubiquitous and affordable, and I love it.
Have we had any?
I had crab dip yesterday.
Oh, yes, you did.
So we splurged and got takeout.
So, okay, we've already got a side up.
And I got crab dip, and it was delicious.
Also, these randos are actually pretty high level.
In fact, it was the cheapest thing on the menu, and your mother called me a cheap date.
Yes. Okay, we can go even deeper. Which, by the way, what do you think of the fact that we are, in fact, going far enough in here that we're definitely going to have to navigate our way out? Oh,
this is
new.
I
cannot stop. Oh, that's interesting.
I'm scared for when we get out of here.
Is there like an item here? Ultra Ball!
Yay, that's useful.
That's fun. So, okay, now we, very much are going to have to do some navigation, unless we chose to use an escape rope. But...
What does that sign say?
Danger, fast current.
Thanks.
I am quite interested in seeing...
What's around the river bend?
What's around the river bend?
Another Krabby!
I am sure that there is something in here we have not caught that we can catch. But in the meantime, I suppose let's just navigate this cave. Seal! There we go. That is an ice water type, much like Lapra S. Grant.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, David, did you know that when it snows, my eyes become larger? Okay.
That took me a second. Okay, do you want to put it to sleep?
Yes, and I compare it to a kiss from a rose on the plain.
I thought it was kiss from a rose on the grave.
Plain or grave? Because Seal does not enunciate.
I think it's grave.
I am now looking up the lyrics.
Who do you want to send out?
That's an excellent question. How about, what level is it?
So it's 31, and Voldemort here does not
Voldemort will kill it.
Well, Sonic Boom will probably be okay.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay.
We should sing him out. Also, we were both wrong.
Yeah.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray.
What the fuck is the
Ooh,
gray?
the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in
Sonic
Bloom. Yes, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, no, but on the gray? What the fuck is the gray?
Who knows what this song's even about?
I thought I've spent my entire life thinking the lyrics were grave. Okay, the seal woke up. Do you want to just throw an Ultra Ball now?
Yes, I do. Kiss from a Rose is a song from Seal's second album.
Wasn't it also in some Batman movie?
I mean, probably. I'm on the Wikipedia page.
Okay, Seal was caught. I think I know what we need to name this thing. The Gray.
Yes! Oh my god. Yes, it was used in Batman Forever. You were right.
Which is a movie I have not seen, so I'm not entirely sure how I know that.
Oh my god.
But we have now caught the Gray.
In popular culture.
So,
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna put this away now because that's a rabbit hole I do not want to go down right
but
now.
now, here's the thing. Do you know what the Seafoam Islands are known for, Allie?
Seafoam?
Do we have a Staryu?
No.
Did we run from a Staryu? I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I got too distracted by Seal. I apologize.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we... One moment. I need to check. Oh, the current's too fast. Okay. So, do you know what's over there?
Seafoam?
Articuno.
Whoa!
Level 50 legendary. So, you know how I said at the end of this episode I would have something very important to ask people?
Yes.
That question is, what should we do about the legendary birds? I am going to submit that we should have to try to catch them.
And then we can fail spectacularly at it.
Yeah, but I think, you know, given how powerful they are and how high level they are, I think it's more of a challenge to have to catch them than to...
Just kill them for EXP.
But I want to hear what people think the rule should be for them, assuming that we want the challenge of trying to catch them. So please weigh in, let us know, and then we'll come back with your verdict next time on Couples Consoling Plays Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke Corona Quarantine Edition.
Thanks for watching. Wash your hands, please.
And please do comment.
That too.